What's up, guys? Welcome, Daily Theologians. I'm so glad you're here. Cuba is in the news, and for good reason. This serves as a harbinger of sorts as to what is to come if socialism and communism were to gain more traction here in the U.S., as we've seen from groups here in the U.S., mainly pushed by the left. And why this is bad, you can see the Cubans here are actively revolting against this, and people are supporting them in this. So check this out. This is important. So first, a little background. Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida is saying that this is a good thing. Numerous videos were posted online showing protests had suddenly disappeared as government censors appeared to take action to stop the movement from growing. The people are dying of hunger, one woman shouted. Our children are dying of hunger. Other chants included, we want freedom and we want vaccines. Florida supports the people of Cuba as they take to the streets against the tyrannical regime of Havana. Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis wrote on Twitter, the Cuban dictatorship has repressed the people of Cuba for decades and is now trying to silence those who have the courage to speak out, which is always what tyrants do. They have to suppress speech. Why? Because ideas and truth are the enemy of lies. And Ted Cruz, who is also the descendant or parents were in Cuba, I believe, he says many of the protesters, and this is from the Daily Wire, in the town of San Antonio de los Baños, were young and hurled insults at Diaz-Canel. They shouted that they are not afraid. Senator Ted Cruz, the son of a Cuban immigrant, took to Twitter on Sunday in support of thousands of protesters. Cruz reposted a video that claimed to show dozens in front of the Communist Party headquarters and said the current regime will be consigned to the dustbin of history. It has brutalized and denied freedom to generations of Cubans and forced my family and so many others to flee, he tweeted. The American people stand squarely with the men and women of Cuba and their noble fight for liberty. So this is a lesson in the value of the ability to operate in a free society. Now, America is not perfect by any means. And again, this idea to hold history to the standard of perfection is not realistic and it's not good. And it also often overlooks the various transgressions and evils of the societies that were conquered by other societies. So there's not been a perfect society in history. However, a representative republic or democracy in which we live is a very good form of government and has been. Check out the people here in Cuba. So they're asking for their freedom. They want their freedom. And this is a core issue with humanity, always talking about freedom, the desire to be free. And the desire to be free from all reign and rule is actually wrong, because God made us to be worshipers. We're made for His glory, and we're actually not independent. As I've said before, we're made specifically to represent God to the world, to take dominion and to be fruitful and multiply and raise up children that are godly, that have repented and trusted in the death, burial, and resurrection of the God-man Jesus Christ. This is the purpose of humanity, not to be free and throw off all shackles. But when we see oppressive regimes take over and limit people's ability to supply food for their families and other things that are human rights, because people are made in the image of God and therefore they have inalienable rights as axiomatic and recognized by our founding documents. This is important because if you have a wrong anthropology or view of humanity, then you will have oppressive tyrants, because power corrupts and evil people will always seek to seize power. It's very hard to legitimately counter someone that is going to go to any means to secure power when you're trying to value their dignity as created in the image of God. So the solution here, as always, is the gospel. The solution is prayer for the people of Cuba to be freed from the tyranny, and then also as people here in the U.S. and the West to see this as the evil that it is and to oppose it in a politically proper way and in a gospel-centered way in love and kindness, but to recognize that this system is no bueno, muy mal, which means very bad. So thanks for watching. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. And if you could leave a comment below, it is really helpful. Also remember to take a moment and hammer that like button. Like the 95 Theses, and subscribe to channel trying to reach billion people. Thank you so much, and God bless.